played a mean Bowers game for me.
Ahoy there, YouTube! We're back again today for another Thoughts from the Corner. I'm here with my good friend Lucy.
Hey!
And we just got done playing a very highly anticipated game that is Terraforming Mars, the Turmoil expansion. We played a 4-player game of it. Lasted about 4.5 hours.
It was long.
It was long, and we're going to be covering what we thought about the expansion. The base game I love. I know this is your second or third time playing it?
Yeah, I'm still not familiar with it. It's a lot to keep track of, but I like it.
Okay. So we're both fans of the base game. We're going to be focusing just on the expansion. The expansion adds a whole new board, which introduces this really interesting area control aspect to the game.
Yeah, sort of like a little the pseudo of just like politics, where essentially you're going to have like delegates, and they're going to be controlling the different regions. Like there's a science region, there's a
Communism region,
which is just sort of like a no man's region, where essentially like it's bad for everybody if that square gets into control. But there's also like plants,
greenery. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of different ones. And that was an action that you could do every single turn, is you were allowed to put your person into one of those areas, and it was a little area control game. But it also had a decent-sized impact on the game, because it was a good way to gain TR points, and it was also a good way to gain yourself a whole bunch of money, potentially. I was gaining boatloads of money when plants came through, because I was heavy on plants. So there's an area control aspect of it, but there's also a forward planning aspect that's on this board as well, where there's going to be 3 cards out, and 1 card you're going to have to deal with at the end of the round, 1 card you're going to have to deal with at the end of next round, and you get it. So there's some definite planning going on in what you want to do, and those ones actually could earn you some victory points, if I recall correctly, too. No, I think it was just money.
Mainly just like that whole like little board engine was a way just to get money faster to generate. You notice, especially in like the middle of the game, like if I also remember from the first time we played this, was just like it's hard to get like a money going. Like you have a lot of money in the beginning, then later on in the game it's kind of hard to like keep up your money, especially with this one, because you're always losing points now every time.
That really depends on your strategy, I suppose, because like Adam had money from the jump. But yeah, it added a forward planning aspect of the game, and it adds a an area control aspect of the game as well, that I felt interweaved into the game really well. It felt natural. It felt like something that I would play with every time, aside from the time length on it. Because all of us agreed it definitely felt like it added a decent amount of time to the game. I think maybe 20, 30 minutes, something like that. Yeah,
so like a lot of it was some other factors too into it. But yeah, it does add a little bit of more length, but again, like it didn't feel bad. Like I didn't feel exhausted at the end of the game.
Yes.
Like, I was surprised. I was like, oh, we started at 7 and now, it's the next day.
And I feel like that is really going to be the hard edge on this expansion, is if you love Terraforming Mars, and if you have a group of players that love Terraforming Mars that you don't have to teach Terraforming Mars to, this is no brainer. Get it. I mean, you probably are going to play 2.5 to 4.5 hours anyway when you play this game. Once adding another 20 minutes, when it adds a good deal of strategy to the game, it adds a whole new reason that you're going to be stalling. That happened quite a few times, where people just take one action and one action and one action, like this little Mexican standoff where it's like, is he trying to put a whole bunch of people and flood this delegation for some specific reason? Do I need to be worried about it? And I like that aspect of it quite a good deal. So in the end, I think this is a must-own if you love Terraforming Mars. I think I would say that. If you like Terraforming Mars, I think you're probably going to want to maybe try this one before you buy it, for sure.
Yeah, I played around, because like definitely, because I'm a newer player, so like I didn't really understand. That kind of also took some time to it too. So definitely it's not something that you would like add onto instantly. Like, but I mean, I think it was added a fairly good amount of like strategy. You're able just to like, if you can count on spending your money, because you could always have some guarantee that you're going to get some of it back, as long as you have like some of the tokens, or not tokens, tags that correspond with it. Definitely what you said was like, if you already invested into like Terraforming Mars, because I know there's a whole bunch of like accessories you can get now, like to help like what's it called? Whatever.
The insert?
Yeah, insert.
But yeah, I think that if you like Terraforming Mars, if you love Terraforming Mars, get this, no-brainer. I think it really does add a whole new dimension. But as you said, absolutely no way I'm going to teach this to someone new, because Terraforming Mars by itself can be a beast for newer players. So there you go. You love Terraforming Mars, go pick that one up. That is Terraforming Mars Turmoil. If you're looking for just more cards, though, I would go to one of the other expansions. If you're enjoying what we're doing, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below if you support the channel. Click on that Patreon link down below, or click on that little Amazon Associates link down below. Buy anything on Amazon, save amazing great prices. Throws a couple pennies my way. And in the comments below, let me know, would you go to Mars if they were like, all right, you're going to be the first person on Mars. They're like, you are the first person to get out. We want you to go, but you have to live there for the rest of your life. But you will go down in history forever. Forever.
First trip to Mars?
First person on
First
Mars.
person.
Not even first trip. First person.
Only if I'm guaranteed to, like, survive the whole
What?
landing.
You can't guarantee that.
What? Then no.
And this is one of those ones where now that I have kids, I can't.
Now I have kids, I can't do it.
I can, but just going down in history, if I could take my kids, but then if I say that, it's like...
There has to be a guarantee.
I would...
That I had to live through the trip.
Being the first family on Mars, though, would be so cool.
It would.
You would be the most famous family in the history of families
Or
ever.
be the ones to be like the famous ones to like die on a trip. Like it's like the whole like, I don't know if you heard of this, but like the first like moon voyage that was planned, like a teacher was going to be there, but then the whole thing crashed and she died, and it's heartbreaking. And I'm like, I don't want that to happen to me.
Oh wait, you're thinking. So I'm not even guaranteed that I'm going to make it to Mars?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Oh, dang.
Like, what if they would like,
Whoa.
you get a free trip to Mars, you'll be famous, you'll be the first person there.
If you make it, though.
If you make it. And you have to live there, because we don't have it. Because if they can't take you back, then it's not guaranteed.
We'll drop you off. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. It kills me to say it, I wouldn't do it. But let me know in the comments below, would you do it? And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube.
See us.
I think you said incest.
Probably did.
I'm not editing that out.
No, please. Dang.